everybody. I wanted to take this moment to discuss something that is really important to me and that is very temporal for kind of this week, kind of the last 2 days, and something that I'm very, very passionate about, and that would be zombies and The Walking Dead, specifically season 3 of The Walking Dead, which premiered last night on AMC. So yeah, this is going to be a spoiler of the premiere, kind of a spoiler of last season. So if you haven't watched what I'm about to talk about, X the video, head on down to your couch and catch up. Netflix, on demand, torrent, whatever you want to do. Find it, watch it, it's awesome. So I just wanted to briefly recap, I guess, last season, the last couple of moments. We found out that Shane's gone, Lori's pregnant, and they're all infected. I think that would be the 3 major pivotal plot points of last season that they touch upon in this season, I hope. So we find them in the prison. We find them 9 months later in the prison. A couple of people, I was reading message boards, didn't love that idea, but a lot of people loved it. I think that by the end of last season, people were getting a little bit fed up with how the season had progressed, and I think that it is a very necessary thing that they kind of paused it and picked it up almost like a whole new series, almost like the premiere of the show all over again. It felt like season 1. It felt the group was kind of gelling better, maybe, and it didn't feel like last season, which kind of felt like they lost me a little bit. So I was really, really happy to see that. The only thing about going 9 months into the future is that you didn't get to see zombies in the wintertime, and I think that might be because the writers didn't know how to handle it. But it would be a dream come true for me to see zombies in winter. I mean, there have been movies like Dead Snow where there were zombies in the winter. They seem to be okay. If you haven't seen Dead Snow, it is an amazing, I think, pretty funny and good Walking Dead movie about Nazi zombies that come and terrorize a group of people that are camping in the Netherlands. I think, I could be wrong, but it's a good movie. So we didn't get to see what they did in the winter, but we assume that as a group, they've managed to get along. As a group, they've managed to allow Rick to be in the lead. He's kind of taken on the role of a Rictator. That's not my thought. I'm gonna give full credit to my friend Mike here. He is one of my favorite zombie friends, and he came up with the idea of the Rictatorship, which is Rick taking control of the group, which is what the group needs. We don't have time anymore for voting and meshing with ideas. Rick leads, they follow, and he's managed to get them 9 months ahead of time. I don't think that any of them ever thought that they would last 9 months, let alone 9 months after the craziness that happened on the farm. So what have they learned? They've learned to spear zombies in the brain. They've learned to bash the heads in, I guess saving ammunition. They managed to find a silencer for Carl's gun. They've all grown their hair a little bit longer. Rick has somehow gotten like 1,000,000 times better looking, if that was even possible. And Lori is about to give birth. So I appreciate that they did that because it was a really necessary restart for the season. I liked it. So we get to the prison. They kill a lot of walkers and they're taking the prison. And I thought that that was a great storyline. I think it's a great location for them. And I think it is creepy as hell. When they were with like the flashlights and the guns in the last season, I guess that would be a gun, that would be a flashlight. In the last episode, I was freaking out. My heart was beating when they were turning every corner, and it was just so good. Right down to poor Herschel. I hope that he survives, getting his leg cut off, and then finding the people that are alive. So looking forward to seeing how much of the prison they can actually hold down, what they can find in the prison that can help them, and how they will mesh with the living prisoners. So that should be interesting. That's going to give you another level of kind of human consciousness in this time of apocalypse. Aside from the prison story, there is the Andrea story. She was picked up by the girl with the armless zombies, which I think are zombie repellents. That would make sense to me that she uses them to repel other zombies. Sorry, walkers, whatnot. But unconfirmed, we'll find out about that. I've read the comics. People who have know a lot more about this character. I think that her name is Michonne, M-I-C-H-O-N-E. I don't know how to pronounce it, so if you know and you can please correct me or tell me how to like phonetically say it, I would really appreciate that. So we'll see what happens there. I think that they get fielded over to the town and then everybody kind of converges into one. But Andrea, I have mixed emotions on. Since she learned how to shoot, I like her a lot better. but we'll see what happens there. Characters that I'm kind of getting a little bit bored with. I guess Carl, he needs to take off the sheriff's hat. Carl, you're not a sheriff. Just go and hit on Beth and play with a little gun, but you're not the big man on campus. I'm glad that Rick told him to hold down fort. Rather than say, yeah, Carl, come with us. Rick has kind of learned that Carl is not always the most helpful person to have around in a dangerous situation. So, yeah, he did get a walker right in the head, but I think that he needs to stay with the women. And maybe that's awful of me, but able-bodied women, Maggie, go and fight. Crying ladies, stay with women and children. That's fine. Save them first. Leads me to Lori. Lori. She needs to become a walker. I'm going to be completely honest here. That whole little, oh, poor me. What if my baby becomes a walker? What if we both become walkers? Herschel, I want you to take us down. And then my husband doesn't love me anymore and Rick won't speak to me. Everything that has happened to you is your own fault, Lori. Everything. I mean, Rick doesn't like you because of what happened with Shane, which you admitted to. We shouldn't have done that. Even prior to Shane, you would start fights with Rick and you were annoyed with him for not wanting to divorce you. That was in one of the episodes of season 2 last season. They did a flashback of when Lori was upset that Rick was not more confrontational. Because with Lori, you either love her too much or you don't love her enough, or you annoy her too much or you don't annoy her enough. She'll tell you to go and kill someone, then when you do kill them, she'll turn her back on you. She is such a double standard. Furthermore, if you didn't want your baby to be born, if you were concerned about your baby becoming a walker, you should have continued on with plan B. You had your plan B, you had your chance. Now, I'll give her the benefit of the doubt because at the time, Rick hadn't told them that they're already infected. However, she just needs to deal with it. You've made your bed, Lori. Now you have to sleep in it. And it might not be a good bed, and it might be a bed that comes back as a walker, but so be it. Don't sit here crying, whining, and stressing out poor Herschel. He's an old man. He doesn't need your stress too. That's how I feel about Lori. So that was really kind of a quick wrap up of my thoughts from yesterday. I'm liking Daryl. I would like to see Daryl live. I'm not sure. I think in the preview somebody was standing on a grave. Not so sure who dies, not even going to infer, and I don't like reading spoilers, so I am trying to avoid message boards and people who know what's going to happen just based on comic books, and I'm not reading the comics because I like to be surprised every week. So, yeah, I hope you guys liked the episode. I hope that you are excited about next week, and I hope that you liked my little kind of disjointed recap. So please like, please subscribe, please let me know what you thought about the episode, and let me know what you think they should do with Lori. She confuses me, and I don't really like her. So yeah, that's all. I will recap next Sunday's episode as it happens. All right, bye.